John Henry Weston here for LifeSite News, bringing you breaking news. Did you see that viral clip over the weekend of Bill Maher speaking on abortion? They were talking about, it was Piers Morgan and some other lady. They were talking about abortion, and the lady brings up how abortion is a matter in this political race. How can it be since there are wars going on, AI, revolutions, and so on? And Bill starts off with, well, it's important if you consider it murder. Watch this.
Not if you believe it's murder. You know, that's why I don't understand the 15-week thing. Or the Trump's plan is, let's leave it to the states. You mean, so killing babies is okay in some states? Like, I can respect the absolutist position. I really can. I scold the left on when they say, oh, you know what? They just hate women. People who aren't pro-life, pro-choice. They don't hate women. They just made that up. They think it's murder. And it kind of is. I'm just okay with that. I am. I mean, there's 8 billion people in the world. I'm sorry, we won't miss you. That's my position on it. What?
That's quite harsh, Bill.
Yeah, exactly. I'm not
Is
sure
that not your position if you're pro-choice?
Isn't that mainly because you don't like children? I mean...
Yeah,
no,
exactly.
no. I mean, but if you are, you said you're pro-choice. That's your position too.
Okay, so we're going to unpack all that because there's a lot there. In fact, Bill has given us marching orders of what we need to do to confront the movement for abortion. The clip is fascinating because Bill Maher is honest and tells us what the pro-abortion movement really think and feel. Let's look at some of the things that he reveals. First of all, he recognizes that abortion is murder. Abortion is murder, and it's the murder of an innocent human being made in the image and likeness of God. Watch him say it.
Not if you believe it's murder. You know, that's why I don't understand the 15-week thing. Or the Trump's plan is, let's leave it to the states.
Secondly, he recognizes that the only credible position is to oppose all abortions. Watch him say it himself.
You mean, so killing babies is okay in some states? Like, I can respect the absolutist position.
And of course it is. That's the only logical position because every baby is equally loved by God and of equal value in the sight of God. It doesn't matter whether the unborn baby is like 1 minute old or 16 weeks or whatever they talk about nowadays, or 8 months, if you will. All human beings are of equal value. It doesn't matter how old a baby is or under what circumstances they were conceived. They all deserve to be protected. You don't kill a baby because of the sins of his father. So then, he admits that the pro-abortion lobby are lying when they accuse pro-lifers of hating women. Watch.
I scold the left on when they say, oh, you know what? They just hate women. People who aren't pro-life, pro-choice. They don't hate women. They just made that up. They think it's murder.
So he frankly acknowledges that the left just made it up. And it's true. He recognizes that pro-lifers don't hate women and just are people who want to stop babies from being murdered, in his words. Now, fourthly, he admits that people who support abortion know that it's murder and they're okay with it. Listen.
They think it's murder, and it kind of is. I'm just okay with that. I am.
It's true. They know perfectly well that they are killing babies, and they're fine with that. They think there are more important things than loving and protecting human life. They think that sexual liberation is more important than protecting babies, or that keeping mothers working to produce wealth is perhaps more important than love. Then he acknowledges that the population control agenda is another major reason why they kill babies. Maher justifies the murder of babies on the basis that, and I quote, there are 8 billion people in the world. Listen.
I mean, there's 8 billion people in the world. I'm sorry, we won't miss you.
LifeSite News will never stop exposing what the globalist depopulation agenda is, and leading globalists want to reduce the world population down to 1 billion. To achieve that, you know what they're going to need to do? They're going to have to kill billions of babies, and adults too, in every part of the world. Bill Maher's comments show us just how much influence advocacy of this fake population crisis has on increasing the support for abortion worldwide. And then he reveals the cold, heartless cruelty and callousness of those who support abortion. Speaking of the murdered babies, he says, "We won't miss you." Listen to him. And it's true. There aren't any feelings for the victims of abortion, for that unborn baby, because the hearts of the abortionists and those in the abortion industry are hardened, and they are far from the love of God. But we will never forget the more than 1 billion babies who've already been killed by abortion. We miss them. We honor them. We fight for them. Bill Maher's truthful statements can actually help provide us with a framework for fighting back. Listen to this. First of all, we must always tell the truth that the abortion is murder and never be tempted to soften our language. Secondly, we must oppose all abortions and never exclude any group from our love and protection, whether based on the age of the circumstances of their conception. Thirdly, we must never change our behavior or speech based on abortion lobby lies. They know that we don't hate women, and we must treat their lies with contempt that those lies deserve. Fourth, we must never stop exposing the globalist plot to depopulate the world by means of abortion and euthanasia. They want to kill us. They want to kill our children and grandchildren. We mustn't have any illusions about this, and we must fight them until we win. And finally, we must love all of our fellow human beings without exception, including those who push abortion. And to do this, we must draw close to God, who is the source of all love. The evil in the world is indeed overwhelming, but nothing is too powerful for God, who has already overcome suffering and death. May God bless you and grant us the victory.